Hello everybody and welcome to the Guild Ball World Championship. It's the start of the event. We've got Sam from East Canada and Bartek from Poland, but won the Spanish Championship on the stream today. You'll notice I'm all on my own. There is a huge sort of like Gen Con style hall with full of traders going on next door, and it has caused backlog traffic, and Alex is caught in that. So he will join me hopefully midway through the game. But I'll get us started. So if we cut to the pitch, I'll have a run through of the teams. So Sam is running the Brewers, Bartek with the Engineers, and it is Hooper, Scum. Let me put Scum into the list. Spigot, Original, Hooper, Friday, and Veteran Decimate, and they elected to kick. And for the Engineers, we have got Pinvice. We have got Mainspring, which is the only mascot choice available. Harriet the Hat. Velocity, the original. We have Salvo and Ratchet. And for their plot cards, they're all ready to go. Sam probably has the weaker set of cards. Very much a low hand for the Brewers. But I assume he's used to that. He can probably play the low ones early and have the big ones for later. He has got, with his +1s, the Offside Trap, Hunker Down, both +1. He then has a +2 in Dig Deep. He has a +4 for Wingback and a +6 in Grudge Match. And for for Bartek, he has got a really high hand. So his lowest is a +4, keep the ball moving, which is great for the Engineers to make their kicks even more accurate. A +5 in Go for the Knees to give someone +1 tack. Sell it to the crowd using Run the Length without spending MP. That's a +6. Lone Striker, the +7 card, and Seize the Initiative, the +7 card. So it is well in Bartek's favour this game, based on the game plan cards. Just to go through those lineups again. For the Brewers, it's Tapper, Scum, Spigot, Hooper, Friday, and Veteran Decimate. And for the Engineers, it is Pinvice, Mainspring, Colossus, Salvo, Ratchet, and Harriet. Salvo there taking the kick and dropping it just into the Brewers' half. And now I apologise for my slightly hoarse voice. The pundit party and keynote and everything that went on quite late last night. And after a lot of talking yesterday, my voice is nearly gone. Now, we see here, Sam won the Eastern Champion, Bartek won the Spanish Championship, so they've been flown over to the UK to take part in this event. And if you check on Longshanks, we have got so many sort of like, if you are following the competitive scene for Guild Ball, big names in inverted commas against each other. We've got Dan Harwood versus Alex Botts, the 2017 champion. Stubby Holder says, my voice sounds super sexy, and he is loving this. Yeah, it has a bit of a rasp to it at the moment. I've got a coffee on standby for when it gets a little bit, when Alex comes in, I can have a swig and refresh my voice. So here looking for what looks to be Original Spigot to collect the ball. He sprints up, grabs the ball. Now I am a huge fan of Sam's Brewer colour scheme because I have the exact same one, and we were joking that they are nicknamed the Bluers. I'm very happy that he also came to that conclusion. And then a pass here from Spigot over to Scum, and it is successful because of tap-in passes. Guys in chat, where are you from? Let me know. I'll give you a shout out. And how happy are you with tap-in passes being a part of the game now? I know I sure am. Spigot there with his using his heroic play to put up, I believe, times called. That's a +2/+2 next to him. Yeah, times called Dora. So that really escalates the team's turn 1 threats. Bartek asking, do you have marked target? Because he's obviously all changed for the Brewers in Season 4. We'll see how they perform. And just staying out of Tapper's threat range here. And Pinvice there, throwing out what looks to be deletion on Salvo, or potentially alternator. Can't quite see from here. It looks like alternator. So we've got people from the Ural Mountains, stubby holders. We've got Super Fusion from New Zealand and tap-in passes he loves. Turnstars tuning in from Scotland, and Promethean Zero, Utah, USA. Must be hopefully cheering for bots there. And the auto mod now picking up everybody, apparently. We got Vandins from Dubai, Malrich from Red Deer, Alberta, Canada, and they love tap-in passes. And miles away from Acherin 501, as far as Sheffield, and they also love tap-in passes. I am a huge, huge fan of tap-in passes. And back to the action here. You can see the players there cordoned off by chairs, or, if you're a little bit pessimistic, a really empty audience. This is all the people that care in the hall. Attacks here from Tapper coming in, taking the knockdown, putting Salvo onto a Def 3 arm 1 model, and then looking at these momentous 4 effective damages due to Commanding Aura. 3 successes on Tapper, 3 damage, double push momentous. What do you want to do? No one's really in range for the old Jake's heroic play. That's the problem with sending Tapper in first. Let's see. Insidiously mad, live in London, but on vacation in Brno at the moment. Is that side? How big is that dice behind the goal? Yes, that is Bartek's. I don't know if it's momentum or if it's VP. I assume momentum. And VP is being held in the WTC goal there. So time's called there. Sam just checking the range, making sure Hooper is in range. And Ratchet jogging up using Fixer, I believe, to... just double check that. Yeah, doesn't have to be mechanical anymore. Using Fixer to remove the knockdown condition from Salvo. Fixer being that fantastic. And yes, this is round 1. We've got 4 games today, so hopefully you bought all the snacks you need. I didn't. And I'm not going to find time to go for lunch. So this is Vet Decimate doing an acrobatic, and then a 7-inch jog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just looking to get up in range to threat to engage, maybe. And there we go. 7-inch jog, remain in cover, pass back over. Yeah, stubby holders, I agree. Fixer is amazing now. Keeps your momentum good, and it's just fantastic mid-game tech, or mid-turn tech, I should say. Bartek just asking the threat ranges of potential models. So I reckon the Brewers here, Sam looking to play a bit more of dead ball to force the engineers into that death bubble. Just jogging up here with Harriet. And Sam there checking out the threat range for Salvo, sprinting 10 to check out how tetherball and the knockdown might work. And checking 6 inches from the goal, I think forgetting Salvo got a big old 8-inch kick in Season 4. Yeah, huge Ronan, I agree. Just pull an all-nighter. I get that voice. 1.5 games before it's completely gone. Yeah, I agree. Hopefully Alex turns up midstream to save me. Both teams, for those of you who have joined, who have arrived later in the day since we had such an early start, Brewers are Tapper, Scum, Spigot, Hooper, Friday, and Veteran Decimate, whilst the engineers are Pinvice, Mainspring, Colossus, Salvo, Ratchet, and Harriet. The Colossus isn't on there. I've input that wrong. Who is it? Ratchet, Harriet, Salvo, and Velocity. Let's re-input that. Stupid fat fingers. Tapper, Scum, Friday, Hooper. Rowan's chuckling away in the background. And Spigot. And then Engineers. Invoice, Mainspring, Harriet. And Velocity. Alright, back in the game. So this is Friday, jogging up and saying, "Get over here, Scum." Sam there just confirming with Bartek that he can fit through that gap next to the barrier. And he still has the ball on him. He's got 4 more worth of inches. Just boop, boop, booping up. Then Friday here, throwing dirty knives at Salvo. Stood up again, so looking for 4s. And he is successful. So he does 1 damage and snared. 1 damage and poisoned. What am I on about snared? I've had too many Hunters games. Salvo. And I'll try and grab an update on Salvo's health once Bartek moves to the arm. Looks to have 7 health left on to Salvo, so if Hooper can get up there, well in range. I don't think he can though, given how far that would be. Yes, W holders, I agree. Snared in Brewers would be just a little bit too good, wouldn't it? Stagger's good though. Stagger's good enough. Can't shake that condition. Character play, whatever. So, what could Bartek do? Velocity pretty much out of the game for this turn. Just needs to get into position. Probably wants to go after the kickoff if he's planning a goal run with Salvo. Purely to try and get into position to threaten that goal. So, measuring out the unpredictable movement on Scum, I hope. Or looking to... Salvo looking to wheel his way in there to that blue proxy base, hit somebody, swift strikes, or swift strides, whichever one it is, into the unpredictable movement melee range of Scum, not triggering it, strip the ball, have a shot. I like the plan. Starting with 1 momentum for the Brewers, because they kicked. Bartek here has a bit of clock advantage, so where's Alex? Alex is stuck in traffic. There was a huge traffic jam on the way into the centre, so he'll be here hopefully very shortly. Bartek here has a bit of a lead on clock, using it now to figure out exactly what he wants to do. And when I stop talking, this hole is deathly quiet, so it feels really weird. All right. Lots of measurements being made. No talking between the players. Yeah, stubby holders, I agree. Shoot with Salvo and dodge away. Getting yourself mixed up in those melee zones isn't going to be a fun thing for you. Especially with -1 defense being applied from dirty knives. With Alternator, he does have +2/+2 speed. And what looks like tooled up as well, so it can put out a bit of damage. And Bartek there saying he's positioning the proxy token within 2 inches of Tapper, outside of 1 inch of Scum. Just jogging up to there with the massive, massive walk of 8 inches. Uses the heroic play, locked and loaded, to make a character play. 1 dice, looking for 3s on Tapper, is successful. 2 damage, up to 3 because I tooled up, back down to 2 for tough hide against Tapper there. And that looks to have been arrow to the knee because no knockdown token hasn't put down yet. If it did, obviously that was a flawed bolt. So taking swift strikes, dodging into the cat out of the melee ranges, which is really nice play. And Sam here deciding whether he wants to make a counter-attack with the kitty. And he declares a counter-attack. 3 successes against that. That is tackle. And cat's counter-attack. Assuming to be in Command and Aura range, so rolling 5 dice. 3s and 1. Oh, rubbish. 1 hit, 1 damage, up to 2. And re-roll because it's cocked apparently there. So, measuring out the 18-inch shot on goal. Needs to hit somebody, do some damage, swift strikes away. And Sam here using the Canadian redundant pennies as his momentum. So he's got 3 momentum currently. We see Bartek here nicely measuring up the 2-inch dodge from swift strikes. Will it get him in range? Probably, but will be a shot through Hooper. Now shooting arrow to the knee onto Tapper. It is successful. 1 dice. Brave play. 2 damage more to Tapper from the tooled up. Takes a 2-inch dodge. And then a shot on goal. Good. Big play here. Sam just confirming the range. And adjusting Salvo's position there. On momentum, 3 dice. 2 dice is successful. That is a goal for Bartek, 4-0. And surely Salvo's got to be dodging out here, otherwise he gets feral attacked and Hooper one-shots him probably. And Bartek here deciding that actually, you know what? If he dodges, Hooper still reaches him anyway, the cat still reaches him anyway, so he might as well save that momentum for a counter-attack or just save the momentum for later in the game because there's no point spending it because I don't get an immediate benefit from it, which is a good thing to think about. No, Salvo was not engaged by the kick there. He managed to find a place that was in the middle. Ball gets booted out to the 3-4 inches. Don't know where they placed it. There it is. Oh, that's nice. Going straight up towards Veteran Decimate and the cat again. I think as Brewers, from my experience playing them, I certainly expect to get scored on in turns 1 and 2, and then my game starts playing. Alex has arrived, everybody. He's got through the traffic. And Alex, welcome to the stream. It's 4-0. We have got Brewers versus Engineers. These cards belong to Sam. He got bad cards. Brewers. And these cards belong to Bartek with the Engineers. He got a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, and a 7. So he definitely won the hand of cards.
He's done pretty well with that. Apologies that I'm late, and apologies that you've had to put up with just Jamie. God,
I'd say it's been the best content streaming so far. We've had jokes, we've had laughs, we've had community interaction.
What an awful start to a Sunday morning.
We've had a sexy, raspy voice.
I got told off.
Why?
That was fun. I just broke every traffic law that exists to try and get here as early as I could.
Look at that.
Essentially, I know.
So driving on the wrong side of the road.
Yep, the ticket man had a shout at me, so I had a shout back. I had to be in there 40 minutes ago. Let me through.
And he went, no. And you went, fair enough.
Oh, he went, if you can cut up there. But then as I kind of went ahead of everyone started beeping at me. So if you heard beeps in here, that was my fault, because everyone was beeping at me for cutting the queue.
Everyone's always beeping at you. That was a censorship beep, not a horn beep.
It's so weirdly quiet.
That's what I said. As soon as I stopped talking,
it's like I always feel like my voice has to come lower, like in volume, so we're not giving away everything.
And this is all the people who care about the World Championship watching right now.
Yeah,
that's the audience.
That's the chairman. That's the other chairman.
Right, so to catch you up to speed, Brewers went in, beat up Salvo. Salvo got tooled up, got fixed, got
Who's got the forward? So I'm assuming Engineers received?
Engineers did receive. No, Brewers received.
Brewers received, so Pinvice just slingshotted up there?
No, Salvo.
Ooh, nice.
Big Salvo play. It was really good. You should watch it back.
Knockdown, tetherball.
Used it to get swift strikes, then tackled the ball off Scum, put it in the goal.
Nice.
Really clever play.
Nice.
Probably going to die, though, now. So he has only 7 health left.
Tend to see that happen, right? That
Yeah.
tends to be what you get. You rush up there for an early goal, and unless if you kind of done it to try and score when you didn't receive, you very often don't expect to be able to get up there, score, and get back out again safety, alive.
Now, the interesting thing is, will Sam kill him this turn, or leave him alive on 1, kill him start next?
I'm assuming that we're way up on momentum on Sam's side.
Yes.
On the Brewers side. So there's no reason to finish him off to try and tip the scales of that.
No.
So the clock has been paused, and now they are going to...
Yeah, so he left him alive on 1 by the looks of it. So 5 momentum to 1 momentum. Obviously, with the cards in hand, Bartek has a fantastic opportunity to just use his low card of 4 now, and then have high cards later, assuming he's going to lose anyway. Oh, we've not quite finished just yet. Veteran velocity, regular velocity, trying to get into the mix. How are other games going? We do not know. You'll have to keep an eye on Longshanks for the results that come in.
Yeah.
And as they do come in, if we get notified of them, we shall give them a shout out. In fact, I'll open it up on my phone now. Not a lot of table talk going on between these two players.
No, it is.
It's all quite serious now.
I mean, this is the serious business now, isn't it?
Typed in Longshanks. Of course, I got Edward I of England. Yeah,
nice.
That was that was foolish of me.
Sunday, everyone.
Sunday morning. After about 5 hours sleep.
If I was to put down on a list, sort of things I expected to happen on a Sunday morning, getting stuck in standstill traffic for an hour isn't high on the list. Of expectations.
So this is a big old charge from Velocity here. Sunday Guild Ball World Championship.
Is our tracking iPad full of life again?
It is, yes. Yeah. And it is fully ready to go. So in the, just for guys who might be interested, in the World Championship we have 4 hunters, 2 brewers, 1 butchers, 2 engineers, 2 fishermen, 3 morticians, 1 union, and 1 rat catchers.
Whoever that is, they're my pick. Who's got the rats?
Nicholas Ledin.
Come on, I believe.
So yeah, as I was saying, right at the beginning of this stream, there are some very interesting matches if you follow the Guild Ball competitive scene. We've got Alex Botts versus Dan Harwood. We've got Zach Gray versus Charles Nurser. Dominic versus David, not that one, Cameron. Sam Dorian versus Bartek, we've got on stream. Henry Kay versus Powell Corpal. I dare not pronounce some of these names because I will butcher them.
So I think that's Will Weinveld.
Yeah, versus Nicholas Ledin, who is the Ratcatchers player.
Zachary Gray, you already done Zach.
Wolfgang versus John Clow.
What a name.
And Jared McGraw versus player #1283, who isn't on long.
Parents didn't like him.
Yeah.
Player. How many kids did they have?
That's Perkins' son.
How many kids did they have if he's number 1,268?
Well, you'd assume that many, if not more.
Well, I don't know if they started at 1,000.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Who knows?
Just make it sound cooler.
It's Metz.
So this is, Christian Metz.
Jared got in via one of the LCQ spots. There were 2 available.
Yeah, the Italian champion could not make it.
So there were 2 LCQ spots available, and those went to Henry Kay and Jared McGraw.
Yeah. So this is lots of big double push, double dodge there from Velocity.
Is that Velocity or Veteran Velocity?
Regular Velocity.
That was just regular Velocity.
You say just
it's almost velocity. Like... Okay, no, it's not, because it's Pinvice. I was going to say, that's almost like Season 1 metal box engineers.
Yeah. Except for Harriet,
and
Pinvice. Yeah. But it's a pretty standard brewer team for Vet Decimate.
Yep.
Right.
See, your voice is audibly struggling already. I can feel mine on the way.
Yeah, it's bit in the pundit party, my voice just pretty much just gone.
Shouldn't have been so rowdy.
Yeah.
You hooligan.
I think I was here till about 11:30, and then didn't fall asleep until about 1 o'clock. It was.
So while we're at a kind of a waiting point here, have we tackled the awkward subject of the keynote yet? Have we brought that up at all? Have we
No,
dared?
I've not even touched on it yet. No, we can do it now.
So obviously yesterday we had the keynote, which we were intending to stream, with the backup plan of being going on to Facebook Live. Turns out after you've spent a good hour and a half moving all of the camera equipment through there, then struggling to find anything to make the internet work.
Yep.
And then internet
hotspotting my phone.
Using your phone to hotspot to try and get some internet to stream that on the Twitch.
Yeah.
And then everything just dying, so we can't even do Facebook Live was less than ideal. So we appreciate the. I love your Polish name. I dread to think how wrong they are.
Yeah,
so
I have a friend who I've for like 10 years called Mikolaj, and he was like, "No, Jamie, it's Mikolaj." I was like, "Oh my god, I was completely wrong."
I give up. Please, if you insist on being called by the right name, let me know ahead of time how that's pronounced.
I think after about 10 years, he was like, "You know what? I should probably just correct him."
Yeah. Why now? Why is now the point that you waited until? But yes, with the keynote stuff, that'll be going up Tuesday at some point. We can only apologise for the lack of coverage from it. We tried to do everything we could to get some coverage for it.
It was so annoying because
it was just the internet that was against it happening.
It held until the Free Cities draft, the bit that everyone cared about.
There was like 14 and a half minutes worth of it being perfect and then gone just as you get to the Free Cities draft.
As soon as the big excitement comes.
Yep. So yes, apologies to those that tuned in to watch it and we had nothing for it. We tried our best. It was not good enough.
It made me very sad.
We'll have that up on Tuesday for you to have a look at.
So this is what looks to be a Hooper attack doing a casual momentous 6 damage.
Oh.
Was that? Oh no, that was to Velocity. And she takes. Oh, that was Scum. That was Scum's feral attack, doing 6 damage to Velocity. She counter-attacked and took the tackle.
You say 6 damage?
Yeah, easy.
So Velocity's got 3 left with Reanimate.
Yeah. And we are just coming to the end of Term 1 here as the mascots make their activations.
It's very cold in here when no one else is here.
Yeah, we had the heating on early.
That's why I could smell gas as soon as I walked in.
Yeah, that's why. I didn't think you were arriving for a while, so I was just, making myself comfortable over here.
Yep. Well, until I decided to start breaking the law, I assumed I was going to be at least another half an hour.
You shouldn't say that on our recorded.
I know.
Maverick.
I know. Just needed to get those half-price goods in the car park. I can't believe I'm going to go to Detour here. I cannot believe how early people are willing to get up to go to a car boot sale. What is going on?
I have a feeling that Bartek, his name's probably just Bart.
You reckon?
Do the Bartman.
Yeah.
So 2 damage from Poison goes on to Salvo, taking them down to Danger Town. And cards played look to be Dig Deep. Oh, no, not Dig Deep, sorry. Keep the ball moving for Bartek.
And one that's got wing backs, maybe? I think that's wing backs over there.
Yeah, looks like maybe wing back who's confident with his lead of momentum. I mean, if someone wants to get to SteamCon UK just for us to pronounce their name, if you type it out in... The full name is Bartholomew.
Approximated Polish pronunciation is Bartłomiej.
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 So Brewers here, I reckon they're looking for a takeout on Velocity and Salvo. Get the ball back.
Got a question in here about what happened to Millstone on the promotion picture. What's that?
I don't know. It's on Facebook. Let's have a look.
Let's have a look. What did happen?
Is she all...
oh, it's the...
Oh,
funny story. So Millstone looked like 400 different players at various points, as far as I'm aware. Like, we just couldn't get the look right. So I can only assume that... who made these ones? Abby. So I can only assume that when this was gone through, it's kind of said, so these are the players we want on the piece of promo art.
Yeah.
Abby went through all of our art, found the one that matched the name, and that's the one that went in.
That one looks good. I'll have that one.
So that's just kind of it's an alternate version that like not many Guild Ball players that exist. Like the artwork that all of the fan base see initially is always like the only one or the first one that ever existed. They go through a few different variations, but then they don't always disappear afterwards because we have the artwork. So that would be by assumption. So nothing to read into that one, I'm afraid, guys. That is just Millstone. It's just a version of Millstone that existed at some point before the final one was decided upon.
So just what happened here? Tapper went into Velocity, knocked her down, ball scatters.
Is the clock running?
Doesn't look to be.
Have Ronan pop through and just go, is your clock running?
Commanding Aura paid for or taken. It's 3 up to 4. Oh. So 3 more attacks to come in. Reanimate triggers. Knockdown goes away. Oh, good roll from good. Sam there. Momentous death. 2 points for Sam. 4 momentum for Sam. Heroics to put 2 influence onto... 1 onto Hooper. And 1 onto Veteran Decimate.
Then requesting to look at the card.
Clock
passed over while he's looking at the card and then passed back.
So one of the things the top players do is remember the clock at all times. And if your opponent asks you, can I check your card? It's like, yeah, there you go, over to you. Tap the clock over, let them read. And, you know, if you want to do thinking and planning and checking my game, you can do it on your time.
Yeah. The clock is a resource.
Yeah.
You've got to use it kind of intelligently.
Yeah. I mean, the most intelligent way is to pause the clock for your activation. You get free time.
So we had a question in chat. When's the Order getting a guild perk like the other minor guilds?
I
don't know. And that is information I would not give away even if I knew it.
Yeah. Perkins has answered this one quite happily on Facebook, so I'm happy to answer this one. Not all minor guilds are getting a thing. So if you want to force one upon the Order, out of activation passes. That's their design ethos.
Right.
You know, you've got Potbelly Pass to bounce it off Fangtooth. I'm Open on Brisket. Ball's Gone on Seasoned Spigot. Harry the Hat's Passing Aura makes these super valuable. Like the out of activation passing can be seen as their guild identity.
Right. So it's not always directly a rule. It can be a theme.
Exactly.
It can be a right.
I guess so far we've seen the Intimidation and Navigator's rerolls.
Yes,
as actual rules.
And then you had the miners one.
Minus 1 getting their diggy.
That one was just an actual rule that they was like the start of each player's activation. They get to be placed 2 inches from where they are.
It's
secret
tunnels. There's tunnels that you place, tunnel markers you place on the pitch, and you can place yourself next to them.
Yeah.
They are a low movement guild, but that increases their threat.
Yep. Obviously, the Falconers one is flipping them the bird.
Yep.
Yep.
See, the Falconers are one that don't have a specific rule. They get Harry AoEs.
Yeah, that's
their identity.
That's their thing. Okay.
The Rat Catchers have the disease condition. They don't have a rule that is like every attack
so it's
they
what,
make.
What do I get that you don't that makes me special? And
Yeah.
sometimes that is a direct rule, and sometimes that is kind of just a thing I do that you can't.
Coming back into the game here, we have seen Salvo taken out, so it is 4-4. Apologies for missing that. Tapper went in and did some work by the looks of it. Classic Tapper. I mean, that's like the perfect start for a Brewer's turn. Is Tapper kills 2 players, has command and aura up in the area of the scrum. In Dreamtown, he would also have knocked down Pimvice, but
we don't
can't
live
have
in a dream.
No, we do not.
So where are we at in the chat? Bright and early. Well, it's bright and early for us. I guess I don't know how bright and early it is for you folks. But where are we watching from?
Did a big shout out for this earlier. We have quite a lot of people from all around the world watching.
Yeah.
We got people in Dubai, people in Canada, America, all the way even from Sheffield.
Oh wow.
Furthest viewer.
We've officially gone international.
Yeah, Sheffield.
They're watching from Sheffield.
There is that the Yorkshire Independence Party. Have you seen?
What, where they're just kind of like,
But
we're from Yorkshire.
But it's a legitimate political movement.
If it ain't from Yorkshire, it's. I'm not shite. I'm not. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. It's one of my favourite, English phrases I've ever heard. If it ain't from Yorkshire, it's. Such a good accent. Unlike my boring monotone Midlands accent, I do like a nice Yorkshire accent.
Mixed up northern accent.
Yeah, how many people that are attending SteamCon are watching this on the stream from a hotel room with a hangover?
Yeah. So coming into the game here, Decimate, Momentous Tackle Push, I believe that was from Desi there.
Yes.
Oh, good result. See you later, Mainspring. Was that a counter-attack?
I believe so.
No. And what was that placed on the book there?
So I believe it was
Long bomb?
long bomb.
This one makes a pass. Just check out the Pimvice legendary for me. Move turn for the ball, receive successful pass. Okay, so that's probably just good.
Just preparation.
Good
just
prep
this
play.
might come useful later. I've got it there. I've got nothing else to do. I'll put this on.
Yeah, I like it. So
And this is Spigot.
Spigot there with probably the heroic and a sprint around the players from those laid out widgets. Rolling tech 6. Clock passed over whilst Bartek thinks of a counter attack.
So the commanding aura getting that up to the 6.
Yeah. Knockdown on 1. 4 hits is good for Spigot. Takes the momentous 4 because no counter attack is declared. I can do my knockdown later. I'll take this big boon whilst I've got it. 7 health remaining. 6 health on Pimvice remaining.
So I'm assuming she did either alternator or something earlier on,
Yes.
so that that's where that 1 damage came from.
Yes, it was alternator onto
Velocity.
the other one, Salvo.
Yeah, the one that went for on the goal run.
Makes me happy inside to see the bluers on the table. You went here.
Yours are blue as well.
Mine are blue, so and we talked about how we painted our brewers blue and how we call them the bluers.
Just because you don't dare paint yellow.
No.
That's the reason, right?
Who dares paint yellow?
Is that why yours aren't yellow? Because you didn't dare paint them yellow. So now you're making this whole internet meme thing of bluers just to make yourself feel better about the fact you didn't want to paint yellow. Sorry, have I got personal?
No, I'll put my hands up. I'm a bad painter, and I do not enjoy painting yellow.
Yellow is not a fun colour.
But blue, I do. I love painting blue.
Yeah, blue is a nice colour.
I
believe, and I could be entirely wrong with this, I believe blue has the largest range of any colour in terms of different shades. I think it's like the has the most depth in shade of any colour that exists. People that know about colour theory properly can probably correct me on that. But I'm fairly certain that's why so many people like using blue in painting. It's because there's so many different shades. A reason that red is super hard to use is it doesn't have that depth in shade, because if you add too much lighten it too much, it just turns pink.
Yeah.
And if you put too much dark in it, it just turns brown. Yeah. So you kind of got a limited section in the middle of where it is, and you can tell it's red.
50 Shades of Blue
doesn't have that. Yeah. I think that's right. If not,
it
sounded like I knew what I was talking about.
Ultimately, who doesn't love a bit of blue?
Yeah, blue's pretty great.
So this is a pin vice attack on Veteran Decimate.
Trying to get that ball back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Momentous tackle. No counter attack declared. Looking for a pass back to Ratchet. And takes the pass to Ratchet down to 3 dice, but then back up to 4 because of the plot card, game plan card. I'll never get that right. First try. Pass is successful.
It was green that is the most. So it's the perception of where a colour changes to the human eye.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's fair. Green
with red,
green remains in its spectrum for a long time, doesn't it?
I knew there was one that was down as it, but I couldn't remember exactly what it.
Because it changes into blue and yellow, but that doesn't go for it. But that
it goes
but
for
that sits in those for such a long time. Yeah.
Matt Hart will be happy. We talked about painting for a bit on a stream. Despite the fact we're both pretty hopeless at it.
Depending on what day you ask Matt, depends on how good he feels about his painting skills.
Yeah.
If you ask him one day, I'm just a speed painter. I can do a decent job, but fast. Ask him a different day when he's been spending the day painting, and he is, the next Picasso, and he can judge golden demons, and they're like, he's a rubbish. You can see where he should have done this. We all have our flaws.
We do all have our flaws.
Matt's is drinking.
Ours is concrete.
Ours is what? Concrete?
Concrete.
Yeah, concrete floor. Where do you reckon your goal comes from here, Harriet? You're not playing for takeouts with this team, for engineers. I don't see...
I don't see how Pinvice can get round there.
Pinvice is done. Mainspring's done.
Takes a dodge back.
Still Pinvice activation attacking. Counter comes in from Veteran Decimate. Ronan.
So I reckon this is going to be to basically disengage to set up some
jiggery pokery.
I'm not sure if they're going to bother with the
legendary. Doesn't seem good.
No. Nope. So just disengages.
I think you want to try and disengage to extend that, or try and force players out of commanding aura.
Yeah, you're trying to disengage away from Tapper.
Yeah.
And of course, Ronan has gone as I'm about to sneeze. I'll try and hold it as best I.
You're muted. We don't need Ronan. We discussed this yesterday. Classic. Didn't sneeze.
Sneeze tease. Never happened.
Oh, he's back. Look at that. Something really important happened and he just disappears. It's like 12. It's like 10-4 now, Ronan. I'm joking. Oh, what a roll! That's a wrap against the Def 5 model. Wow.
Good job, Decimate.
You take the knockdown stagger, surely. Takes a total momentum of 6. But she just reanimates.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, if you got the option there, take it, I guess.
So I think I agree with that. The stagger would persist the reanimate, but I don't think you really mind too much when there's only 3 damage left to go, and then the knockdown would disappear as soon as reanimate goes. So
yeah, I agree. If you get a god roll like that, then you take the. It's something we discussed yesterday. I can't remember which guild it was, but I was like, if you're rolling so high like that, and you on the wrap, you're taking like effects, and you're going for a takeout, just take the numbers when you've got your damage modifier. It was Union with Butchery up, and Decimate was wrapping and taking non-momentous results. Momentous low 2. Damage.
Yep.
I was like, just take the high numbers, because you're going for the kill, and you're well up on momentum.
Sometimes just picking the high numbers is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
So we saw there a
pass from Ratchet over to...
Is it a long bomb?
I would assume so, looking at that distance, because I believe Ratchet only has a 6-inch kick. He does. So that would have been a long bomb.
1 to kick for free and gets 0 plus 0 plus 4. And plus 1 because of the plot cards, so...
So we're a 5-10 kick.
That's pretty reliable.
Seems all right.
Yeah. Sam there sounding like he's getting quite irritated with the amount of card checking from...
So Friday zipping off.
Nothing on the first.
Nothing. And the
counter attack comes in. And bonus times.
Bonus time, yeah. Looking for a dodge, probably.
4s and 1. Good roll. So 4 hits after armor.
Could be a knockdown, could be a push dodge.
Take some momentous push dodge.
Yep. Which isn't a momentous. So that was a counter attack. So if you like those dice, I think we probably have some. If you want 20% off.
Yeah. Use Team Stream, or wait for
or wait till Black Friday on the 23rd.
Wait for Black Friday. Oh, here we go. Another goal run coming up.
Or walk, as the case may be.
Oh. Ronan, get ready.
So this is where the dice go bad. Calling it. This is where the dice go bad.
I don't know. 5 dice.
This is where the dice go bad.
Thinking on the bonus time.
I would. There
are not dice with my face on them yet.
No.
Sorry, Stubby Holder.
No, you don't get dice with Giblin's face on it.
No. Deciding whether he wants to take the shot on goal, I think.
Just because Giblin doesn't want to deal with the videos on the social media of people putting him in microwaves.
Oh, gets a screamer.
Of course,
8-4.
Gets a screamer.
It's going to go bad, right?
Gets 2 back.
How much to make this happen? I don't know. I think
it's more because Giblin needs to hold on to that for when he starts playing at events and stuff, because it's become a big thing. Something I've seen quite a lot around SteamCon is people have their own brand of dice made and then they exchange 1 dice with each player. Something that I saw at WTC and seemed to kind of continue over to here.
Yeah.
So he has to sit on those as his like prestige points.
Yeah.
So everyone wants to come and play him so he can get a dice with a picture of his face on so they can then smash it with a hammer.
Not the dice, my face. Oh, thanks. I've got a memento now. I know what it used to look like. Smash, smash, smash.
I wonder how many jokes there are going to be about smashing your face that are going to be entirely appropriate.
With a hammer.
Yep.
Hessian bag over the top. Hammer. Please on the hoop.
He can make it happen, but legally need you to give the okay. I was toying with whether we should do some team stream dice.
I think we should. And I think if you play on the stream, you get a dice each.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But it's all pictures of Ronan. So you are one of the few people that know what Ronan looks like.
Yeah. I think if you're on stream, you are, because he comes and makes you up, and you're like, oh my god,
it's him.
This is the laughing
Such
seal.
Warmth.
I can't do it. I shouldn't have done that.
Well, I can't do it either. It's gone.
It's gone. The voice
is gone. Go on, Ronan. He can't do it just on. You can't do it just on command. Why? Sounds a bit like Jimmy Carr.
I hope people are watching at work and like, God damn it, turn that down.
Yep. I didn't realise quite how bad my voice was getting until I did that, and it had the little crack in it.
No, it hurts, doesn't it? One
so
health left.
Hooper on the ball?
He's on the ball.
Hooper on the ball and 1 health left on Pin Vice, is that right? Scum just did
Scum
1?
just did a little feral attack, just a little tickle.
Yep.
Take Pin Vice down to 1. And with all the activations done for the engineers, don't kill her.
Yeah, sit there.
You know,
wait. What's momentum looking like? Is the 3
good? It's
the big D20?
3 to 5. I mean, obviously.
No, he's good. He's got a 6.
Still got a 6 in hand? Yeah, he's fine then. So Sam's still got a 6 in hand. Did get dealt a bum hand of game plan decks.
Yeah, not. I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's. I
It's
can't.
it's
It's
trash.
bad.
It's
I
bad.
can't.
It is bad.
Which one was it that he used in the last one? Is it dig? No, that's a longer word than dig deep.
It's one with a special rule, hunker down.
I think it might be wingbacks.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apologies. So Hooper here passed the ball to Tapper.
Is to move that command in aura, do you think? Or just get them command in aura moved?
I think it's bring Tapper up into range, crowding out of Pinvice so we can kill her at the start of next turn. Threaten Ratchet, and then maybe be in range for dumping the ball in the goal.
Can he afford to do that?
Or the thing is,
do you think he could, as in, can he get rid of Ratchet as well? Because he needs to get to the 8. He can't really risk kicking the ball up, getting the ball in and giving it up.
What might be the plan?
Ooh,
and
so we've got.
thinking,
I think this is he's going to just start moving toward a Ratchet now.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Hooper here jogging 5.
Trying to make sure he's in. So which way is it that Command and Aura works now? Is it if my player,
if
the Brewers player was in it?
Yes, just like the owner. So you get the full extension of it.
Okay.
Used to be that the opposing model had to be within 4, and it was.
But there was some
really
kind of difference between similar auras that.
Yeah,
made it
it's all been streamlined now. It's like, and it's much simpler if it's like if my player is within the aura, it benefits from my friendly aura.
Yep.
Rather than it being a negative aura.
Hooper with 2 influence here. I'm guessing he's going to go in, finish off Pinvice now.
Yeah.
To then go into the top of next turn, getting rid of Ratchet and scoring.
Kill Ratchet, score. Yeah, that's the plan at least. Buys an attack with 1 extra dice.
And Pinvice
momentous kill. And then hits the bug. As Sam saying, he didn't even roll enough dice for Pinvice after the heroic, but whatever.
He knows with the momentum where it is currently that with a 6 in hand, he guarantees next turn.
Takes the momentous knockdown on the buggy.
Yeah, I do tend to agree with the 17 damage with 5 attacks from Tapper does seem like magical Christmas land, but I think the larger fact is that I don't think there's anywhere on the pitch outside of Pinvice, where Pinvice comes on, that he can kind of
safely
kick the ball. Like he could score, go up to 10, and then finish Ratchet off.
Yeah.
Before the goal can be scored, because they're not really in great positions to be able to come on and spread that up, unless you see a crazy Pinvice.
What I would like to have seen then is actually have Tapper move over to get the commanding aura in the aura for Pinvice, leave her alive, kill her at the start of the turn. Tapper passes the ball back to, say, Veteran Decimate, where it's quite safe. Take the 4-inch dodge forwards, start work on Ratchet. Or see where Velocity and Co come back.
Yeah. I do wonder if the ball's going to get passed back.
Dump back off.
It's kind of a shoot, like taking the initiative, knowing that there are 3 Engineers players going back on the pitch.
I think that's
Salvo, Velocity, and Pinvice, like the 3 main goal-scoring threats, at least ball-moving threats, are all going to be coming back on the pitch.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they're going to come back on the pitch set up for a legendary.
Yeah.
Like all kind of come over in the same little cluster.
Yeah.
Two of those models having reanimate. Velocity has reanimate.
Velocity has reanimate.
So that makes them pretty well protected against dying again.
I don't know what that was. I think that was another pass to Tapper. Oh, sees the initiative played, 4-inch dodge made.
Yep.
Got it.
And then Ratchet running away
Ratchet
into cover.
hiding into cover.
So that pretty much rules out him dying in one activation from Hooper. It was hard enough
from Tapper,
before he was in cover. Sorry, Tapper, yeah.
Lisa, I think as the Brewers player here, you want to spread your influence out a little bit just to cover the field. So Sam is down 1 influence. I mean, he pseudo plays with that anyway because of the heroic if he's in range for it. And completely
still called Old Jake's?
It is, yeah. Completely top load in here to go for the takeout onto. I mean, singled out on Ratchet's pretty good for the Brewers.
Yeah, it means he's up 1.
Yeah.
From where he started, not in cover.
And Bartek here just.
The dream, when the text that you're looking for syncs up with the initiative value you are hoping for.
Yeah. So Bartek's trying to figure out what these 6 influence points can do. He's like, this is a sprint, or this is a shot, this is a knockdown, and you have 4 swings. What can you do? Or he's like, these 2 pay for commanding aura. You have 1 for the shot. With 3 swings, you need to do like 7 damage per attack. How likely is that with commanding aura? And
so you need, after armor, he needs a total of 7 net hits to be able to get 7 damage per swing. So it's the 3 momentous and the 2 with commanding aura up going to 7.
9
so
dice.
4 up to 3.
8 dice. Nah.
It's not likely.
It's not likely at all.
But I also don't know how much he cares if he doesn't get it. Like, you're going to see them start to mob in front of the ball. The models with reanimate are pretty.
Guys in chat
safe.
pointing this out. Could we see a over the ropes triple push from people if we hit those magical Christmas results at the end?
I don't think he's quick enough to get into position where he can continue to knock someone off.
7-inch sprint. There's 4 inches between that solid white line and the dashed white line.
So, am I right in saying that declaration of singled out would happen after these models are back on, or does that mean that he only had the models on the pitch at the time?
It's only the models on the pitch at the time.
Okay. Yeah. It's just they're looking for 3.
I mean, you got double push on
3. 5 dice on looking for 5s.
Yeah.
Don't.
Easy mode. 50-50. Okay. Wow.
That's what I had assumed was going to happen.
How fast is Pinvice natively?
7.9, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, 7.9.
She seems a bit far in front of the goal for my liking, with 7 inches of sprint. Like that.
So it's place her on the back with her base.
Oh yeah, you get your base.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, that seems about fine then. Yeah. It's more just going around the circle. But yeah, if you place your base, you get effectively the extra inch. So yeah, that seems about right.
So he's reshuffling again.
Yeah, Gill Ball zone, I agree with this positioning. You kick the ball back and then go in. I would like to have seen the influence spread out a little
I hope
bit.
the clock isn't paused for all of this.
No, it's ticking. See the 22s flashing there.
Oh yeah, the tiny little pips. No, I think it's right that you bring them back clustered up. You got the only one that you're scared of losing again is Salvo. The 2 reanimate should be fairly safe. And you need to make that shot on goal harder.
That's not a rugged measurement. That's a circle going through a circle.
And
that's, yeah, Sam there calling out Bartek on the movement there, being like, if Pinvice has a 7-inch sprint, how is she this far up?
How is she so far up the pitch? Yeah,
and Bartek there clearly showing that, yes, I can get here. If you see something wrong, if you see something perceived to be wrong in your opponent, do call it. Because measurements can get squiffy with circles. Yeah, given this really clustered lineup, you definitely thump that ball back.
Yeah, you pass the ball back and then you kind of just... I think you probably have Scum maybe run backwards, drop the ball off down at the bottom of the pitch in this corner, depending on where Salvo's over there as well. So yeah, I think Scum just nips back, dump the ball there and then take your pick as to the next ones you want to start getting rid of.
Even
Probably see the clock advantage switch sides because you're going to have to spend a lot of thinking time working out how you get over there.
Yeah. I think also if you pass the Scum, he dodges to the 4 inches to the bit of terrain.
Yeah.
And Scum's a decent ball holder, especially against this team. They have to do it from range.
Yeah, because you've got the tether ball, so you don't want to drop the ball.
Yeah. And all those football players are 1-inch melees. They have to use acrobatics, or they have to knock you down and hope for a decent scatter. Pinvice can't do it without dodges.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think getting the ball back to Scum is key.
That's where I wish Stave was on the pitch.
Yeah.
I know no one would ever bring models back like that if Stave was on the pitch.
Yeah,
but oh, go out magical Christmas land. Put them all within like 2 inches of the table edge. Just have a good lull.
Do you know about the I think it's like folklore now in Guild Ball, but I remember it from way back in season 1. I think it was the first player to lose a game won, like it was a spot prize in a tournament. First player to lose a game won something. Back when mascots were worth 2 VPs, and the something was worthwhile for a player to lose the game. So he deployed all his brewers in the corner of the pitch. And first activation, Stave barreled, everything's off. He's like, I lost. I can have the prize.
I can't work out if that's the greatest or dumbest thing I've ever heard.
If the prize is worth it and you know you're not winning the tournament,
but you'd just concede, wouldn't you? It's a very flamboyant way of going about it.
Concession. The thing is, I think you do that, report the game, like, right, now let's play. I got me prize.
So trying to work out where he wants this ball to go.
I mean, Salvo's on the far side of that.
Kind of praying for, well, wherever it goes, Scum can probably go and scoop that. Just has to hope it doesn't go off the pitch. Then you're in danger town.
Oh. That's Sam there lamenting his dodge forwards, getting out of the range of all the players. And now he's saying, should I just put it on a player? We just give it to Spigot, dodge him 4 inches back, go beat up the bug.
I don't think he can afford to go back with Spigot. I think that Spigot, a lot of damage is going to come from Spigot. Looking at the... So, 3-3. Is that into that barrel? That would be like into that barrel, yeah.
Does he want to re-roll? That's the
David
question.
Cameron beat Dominic de Cassan.
Wow.
Well played.
Done. Well done, David
Not
Cameron.
that one.
Well, I guess he's really showing that here in that second place in France.
So I'm right in saying that this just hits right there, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so if it were a goal kick, then it would scatter to the least resistance.
Yeah.
Because there's no interactive with terrain, but that is a kick, so yeah, stops. Oh, he re-rolls it.
2-6 is going to do the same thing. It's just going to...
Earl goes off the pitch.
Would it? Or would it? I thought that would have still clipped.
No, because the way you place ball now is you place it at the end of the token.
Right. You place it at the end,
you get
and then you draw the
basically.
line to see if it would have hit something.
Yeah.
Got you. I'm there.
The way you place is end to end. Oh. Oh dear.
And that's where the scatter off the pitch lands.
That's game, right? That's game.
No, I think you keep playing. Surely.
You keep going, but that's Harriet with one momentum in the bag.
Yeah.
Tapper cannot get to that for the life of him. That has gone awfully for Sam.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he re-rolled. I would have been pretty happy with that ball where it was.
That ball where it was. Why? I guess the worry is that Pinvice gets it.
So people asking what just happened. He decided to do the kick into space from where that template is laid currently, and the scatter took the ball off the pitch, and then the scatter from the centre of the pitch took it about 3 inches from Harriet.
Yeah. I think...
but I'd have just taken that first kick, let it hit that terrain. It's next to Scum. It's fairly safe with Mainspring knocked down. Like, players can get over there, don't get me wrong. But
yeah. I mean, the thing is, though, you can kick the ball there, and if you're really worried about it, keep yourself in the game, sprint with Tapper over there, pick it up again, kick it to the cat.
The thing is, like, in the grand scheme of what could happen here, before being entirely defeatist and going, well, that's game, is if Harriet misses the shot,
you
have an entire turn where the ball is safe for you to go and do work.
Chat, #RIP Toronto. Yeah, so the final kick place.
It just missed the terrain.
The final kick went like 6-2. So given where it went, it ended up being placed off the pitch.
And then
the ball path.
You don't follow, when you are checking a ball path to see if it hits a piece of terrain, you do not follow the zigzag. So it doesn't go kind of out from here, from the edge of the template, and then you measure to that point and then to the final point.
Yeah.
Once the final point is reached, you would draw the line from the model making the kick to the final placement of the ball, at which point that would have essentially been almost like a straight line, straight towards the bottom of the pitch, which completely missed the piece of terrain.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with chat that if I was Sam, I'd be like, let's get a ball template, a ball path.
Yeah,
and double check this.
I think it was fairly obvious from there, though, that
from their point. So the thing that I've been realizing when I go and check the game afterwards is that our viewpoint skews the way the game looks hugely.
Because it makes distances look way further than they actually are on the pitch.
You join the club, Alex.
Yeah, I'm finally here. I've arrived.
Oh, imagine if he kills Ratchet now.
Ugh. That'd be grim.
I think you'd cry a little bit inside. Seven damage. Another 7. Another 7.
Has he got 3 health left?
He's dead.
Ratchet goes down.
Ratchet dies. Then a heroic to throw 2 influence onto Friday, and he has 1 influence left by the looks of it. Well, he made a pass, didn't he?
He would have had 1 influence left. It would have worked.
The plan would have worked. Oh, you got to feel so.
It would have worked.
It would have worked. He'd have killed Ratchet. He'd have shot on goal.
Well, and that is the game. Harriet scores with a tap-in shot.
Oh.
Well,
Sam.
Well.
Sam, take the safe play. Let it hit the terrain. Oh, poor guy. Poor guy. Poor decision.
Hindsight's 20/20. If that had gone on to Scum, then he feels way more comfortable with where everything is, and that's what it boils down to.
And that's the end of that.
You take big risks. You don't always win big.
That's the thing. That was
I think it was a big. As soon as you rolled distance 6.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I mean, the 3-3 initially was not a big risk.
No, the big risk was re-rolling it to try and get it onto Scum's head.
Yeah, yeah.
However, we are done with round 1. The morning of horror is over. With most of the staff that need to be here are here, just about on time or close to, thanks to the wonderful traffic outside. Like 7:30 on a Sunday morning. Why aren't they in bed? The only reason I'm not still in bed is because I had to come and work.
Yeah. Well, they want to get those sweet bargains.
Those sweet bargains.
I
saw someone walking around the corner with
like for £3.
I saw someone walking around the corner with like a 24-pack of loo roll.
Bargain.
What do you need? 24
partially
rolls
used.
of loo roll? Whose house are you TPing? What are you doing with that? Anyway, game 1 over.
So Alex Botts won. David Cameron's won, and they are the only results that's gone in so far. And obviously we saw Bartok won there as well.
Okie dokie. So keep your eye on Longshanks if you want to keep your peepers on how folks are going. When's the next round? Next round,
Ronan, can you bring up the fancy graphic? Go. Where is it? It's 10 a.m. 10 a.m.
So we got about 45 minutes. I'm going to go and get some coffee.
Yep.
I'm not tired. You are. And we'll be back at 10 for whatever the next round ends up being. And I'm sure it will be just as great.
Yep.
And the ending hopefully won't be quite as much of a calamity.
I think that was like a... Right, this game. I see this game going on for like another few turns.
Yeah, just like, it's over.
Oh, it's over.
Oh, it's all right. It's all over. That is the first 3-goal win I've seen in a long time.
Yep.
Like a properly long time.
We're going to take our break, go get some coffee, and we'll see you again in 45 minutes for round 2 of the World Championship final.